Okay, before our class, I will say something about our homework. You know, this course, you have 3 teachers, right? You have 3 teachers, and each of us has, according to a requirement, each of us has one homework. No, has one homework. So my homework is about ancient times of Chinese history. Because last week we finished the ancient times of Chinese history to the last imperial dynasty, Qing dynasty. So you can choose one dynasty or one period to say something about it. You can from how to say culture, society, or economy, like this, okay? Or you can just make a brief introduction about one dynasty or one period. Are you clear? Yes. From the earliest time, Yan and Huang, to the last imperial dynasty, Qing dynasty. So this long period, you can choose any one dynasty or period. Okay. Make a presentation. Make a presentation like this. Yeah, make a like this. If you are in campus, you'd better print it and submit for me 2 weeks later. 2 weeks. Yeah. Okay. 2 weeks later, and the student and online students, you can send me electronic version. Are you clear?
Yes.
Online guys, you can send me you can send me an electronic version of PPT about any one dynasty or period about ancient times of Chinese history, from Yan and Huang tribal leaders to the last imperial dynasty, Qing. Are you clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I will give you 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, please send it to me by WeChat. You can also send to the WeChat group, or you can add my WeChat ID from the WeChat group. Send it to me directly. You just PPT and bring it and submit for me. I hope you can make a presentation here because another one. Yes, some of them. Yeah, they make a great presentation about their homework. And if you make a presentation here, you will get a high score. Are you clear? Okay, as you like. As you like. Last week, we talked about from the Song dynasty. Do you still remember? Did you remember? Yeah, from Song dynasty. Song dynasty, like Tang, like Han, it is also a very prosperous country in the ancient times. And during the Song dynasty, there is also a big event about the central bank. Its name is 一周交，and it is located in 成都市。And at that time, it issued the official banknotes. So China used banknotes 6 or 7 years earlier than Western countries. So it is also a great progress for China. And in Song Dynasty, because the development intriguing, so there are many intriguing force the Song Dynasty and shaping divisions such as Guangzhou, Quanzhou, Mingzhou, Hangzhou, and Mizhou, And because the traditional Silk Road was blocked by the northern tribesmen, so these traders had to go to the southeast and take the sea trade road. So from here, the sea trade road was opened during the Song Dynasty. However, the traditional Silk Road was opened which dynasty? The traditional Silk Road was opened with Han Dynasty. But the sea trade road was opened during the Song Dynasty. Because the context between the east and the west, so many Chinese goods exported to the Western countries, and many foreign goods were also imported to China. During the Song Dynasty, this kind of porcelain is very popular. It's very popular. It is called hard glazed porcelain. You can see some special on the appearance of this kind of porcelain, just like cracks, but it is just a special pattern, not cracks, So the prosperity of domestic economy and international trade made the Song Dynasty the richest dynasty in Chinese history. Richest. After the Song Dynasty, China entered another stage. It is called Yuan Dynasty. At the beginning of 13th century, there were 7 regimes or regions in China. 7: Mongolia, Western Liao, Western Xia, Jin, Dali, Southern Song, and Tubo. However, this man, his name is Tiemu Zhen. Unified the Mongolia region and was elected the leader of entire grasslands So people honored him by calling him Genghis Khan. Khan means emperor or king. After the establishment of the Great Mongolia, Genghis Khan continued to fight with other places and conquered other places. So at last, Mongolia, as an ancient ethnic group, unified the whole northern region of China. And to his grandson, Kublai Khan, continued to fight with other regimes. So in 1221, Kublai Khan officially became the emperor and named his reign of the country Yuan. After stabilizing his rule in the north, Kublai Khan began to attack the southern Song dynasty, because at the later stage of Song dynasty, it is divided into two parts, northern Song and southern Song. Northern Song was perished by the north north tribes, northern tribes. However, the southern Song was kept to the Yuan dynasty, but at last, the southern Song was also conquered. So in 1279, the southern Song dynasty perished, and the Yuan dynasty unified the whole China. Sorry. In culture and diplomacy, because the context between the West and East became more frequently. So at that time, there is a very famous traveler. His name is Marco Polo. And he wrote a very famous book. This book mainly records the great Khan's capital and of life there. So all of these things written by Marco Polo, amazing, astounding the people of Europe. So from here, many Europeans began to know China. From the Song dynasty to the Yuan period, the four great invasions were exported to Western countries. These four great invasions include compass, paper making, gunpowder, and printing. But because the rivalry among the Mongol imperial heirs, natural disasters, and numerous peasant uprisings, all of this led to the collapse of the Yuan dynasty. So another regime, another dynasty was established. The leader of uprising is Zhu Yuanzhang. Zhu Yuanzhang. He's a Han Chinese peasant, and he's also a former Buddhist monk. Buddhist monk. During the Yuan dynasty, except for the first emperor, Zhu Yuanzhang, his son Zhu Li, is also very famous. He built and expanded the palace, temples, city walls, and moat in Beijing on a very large scale. So in 1421, Zhu Li, Zhu Yuanzhang's son, officially moved to the capital, to Beijing, because at the beginning, its capital is Nanjing. Nanjing. I think maybe you are very familiar with this place. It is the capital of Jiangsu province. And during Zhu Li's reign, he dispatched a eunuch named Zheng He to lead a fleet of many ships to make 7 far-reaching voyages. This was the largest scale and longest voyage in the world before the age of Columbus. So this event is very great thing in Chinese history, and also make a great contribution to the development of voyage. About the purpose of Mianchengzu sent Zheng He to the west. It is generally believed that there were 2 purposes. One is diplomacy, and another is trading. Trade with foreign countries. Anyway, Zheng He's voyage has many significances. It was the pioneering voyage in the history of world navigation. Here is about the last imperial dynasty, Qing dynasty. This regime is also established by Asian ethnic groups. You know, in ancient times of China, many regimes were established by Han people. But there are also a few regimes were established by Asian ethnic groups, like we just mentioned Yuan, because it was established by Mongolia people. And the Qing dynasty, it is also established by an ethnic people, by ethnic group. We call them Manchus. They most of them mainly lived in northeast part of China, 东北中国的东北Here, northeast part of China is the living area of Manchus. This part, bright yellow part here. During the Qing dynasty, we just mentioned one emperor. He is also the most famous emperor in Chinese history. His name is Kangxi. Kangxi. During his reign, he brought Taiwan Island under Qing rule, and resisted invasions by Tsarist Russia. To reinforce the administration of Tibet, he also formulated the rules and regulations on the confirmation of the Tibetan local leaders by the central government. So at last, he effectively administered over 11 million square kilometers of Chinese territory. And during his reign, the Qing dynasty became very prosperous. The society is stable. The economy is highly developing. But at the later stage of the Qing dynasty, the Qing government began to become weaker and weaker, because you know, at that time, especially in the 16th century, what happened in the world, the great event in the world in the 16th century. I mean, in the 16th century, in the world. Or in another, what's the greatest thing that happened in the 16th century? Yeah, great. Yeah. What is navigation? Was highly developing at that time. So many Western countries began to explore new worlds and to find more resources from other countries, countries such as Africa, India, and China, So at that time, Qing government became weaker and weaker because the Qing government didn't want to change their political system. They just want to make some developments in its own country, and they do not want to accept some advanced new thoughts or new things from the West. Here are some problems faced by the Qing government. Last week we mentioned. You just have a look about these problems. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. Modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a foundation of the emergence of modern China. So all of these problems are making a found because as Western countries coming to China, as Western countries arriving in China, they also brought some advanced thoughts, some advanced technology. So all of this promoted the development of modern China, the development, the emergence of modern China. As elsewhere in Asia, in China, the Portuguese were the pioneers. They established a foothold at Macau, or Aumen in Pinyin. Do you know Macau? Yeah, Macau is here. It is close to Guangzhou, to Guangdong Canton. Macau or Aumen, from which Portuguese monopolized foreign trade at the Chinese port of Guangzhou or Canton. And after the Portuguese, the Spanish also arrived, followed by the British and France, and also other Western countries. They began to arrive in China one by one. So by the early 19th century, the raw cotton and opium from India had become the staple British imports into China. Although the fact that opium was prohibited entry by imperial decree. However, opium not only brought great harm to Chinese people's bodies and minds, but also Yu Manhui, what's your problem? Could you please turn off your microphone? Yu Manhui, could you please turn off your microphone? The opium not only brought great harm to Chinese bodies, to Chinese people's bodies and minds, but also caused a large amount of silver to flow to Britons, which had a great impact on China's social economy. China's social economy. Can you hear me? 好，它能关掉吗？ Okay. Thank you. So facing this is a very famous work named the First Opium War between the British and China. The time from 1839 to 1842. 1842.
Substance.
Some
Substance. It's a substance.
opium.
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 Oh, opium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opium is substance.
Like a cigarette. Yeah, like cigarette. Huh?
That one you're talking
Yes, yes. The opium like cigarette. Like it can bring to the people's body and the mind. Or like a drive.
Yeah.
Drive. Drive. So that's why the Qing government prohibited the entry of opium to China. But the British government they wanted to sell this opium to China. They could get a lot of money. They could get a lot of money. So because this conflict between the Britain and the China, at last it broke out. This war, the first opium war. And the name of the war, name of the war, the first opium war. The Qing government made a lot of tries to prohibit the entry of opiums, but they got a little success, a little result. So dispatched a commissioner, his name Lin Zexu, to Guangzhou, to suppress this illicit opium traffic. After arrival of Guangzhou, Lin seized illegal stocks of opium owned by Chinese dealers, and then detained the entire foreign community and confiscated, destroyed some 20,000 chests, of illicit British opium. The British retaliated with a punitive expedition. So they initiated the first Anglo-Chinese War, better known as the First Opium War, from 1839 to 1842. This picture showing the Lin Zexu was destroying this illicit British opiums. As a result, it is ended with the Treaty of Nanjing. Treaty of Nanjing. About this Treaty of Nanjing, it was the first. It was the first unequal treaty in Chinese history. It is also the first of a series of agreements with Western in the following year. Other Western countries also forced the Qing government to sign many unequal treaties. because the Qing government was very big at that time. They have no secrets, they have no plot to resist powerful Western countries at that time. Okay, time's limit. Let's have a short break, okay? For 5 minutes. About the Treaty of Nanjing, it was signed on board, some board. And you can see this picture. It shows it. One side. One side is true mantra. You can also understand it as Qing. Qing. Two Qing imperial commissioners. Qing government just dispatched two commissioners. And except for these two mantra imperial commissioners, others are British delegation. British delegation. Yeah, sorry. Is it here? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Chinese, yeah, I think many Chinese people also, yes, also like cat, yes. Maybe I think in Western countries, cat is also very, no, don't like cat. Okay. Also about Africa, how about Africa people? Oh. Okay. Oh, also like cat. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, all of these are traditional pets, I think. Yeah. So according to this first paper, the Qing government was forced to save Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Forced to save Hong Kong. Island to the Britain. To the Britain. So from here, the Hong Kong Island left China. But in 1997, Hong Kong returned, came back to China again in 1997. But it is from here, it left China because this treaty of Nanjing, the first one before treaty. And it was set for 50. The Qing government will also force in Guangzhou, Xiamen, Fuzhou, Ningbo, Shanghai. This 5 places as trading ports. As trading ports to give some business with the Britain. And also to compensate Britain $21 million silver. 21 million silver dollars. So from this treaty, the Britain got a lot of benefit from China. So this is about the first opinion. Why we call it the first opinion? There is also the second opinion. Second opinion. So facing the reality of the first upheaval and the unequal treaties and mid-century mass uprisings, all of this caused Qing and the need to strengthen China. Before the arrival of Western Qing government, just think themselves very strong. So they don't want to make anything. But after the first World War, they began to realize, to strengthen China, and the power of Western countries. So some Chinese scholars and officials had been examining and translating Western learning. You can understand it as Western books, Western thought. Since the 18th, this time is also the first upheaval, the ending of the first upheaval. The effort to graft Western technology onto Chinese institutions became known as a self-strengthening movement in modern Chinese history. In Chinese, 自强运动 self-strengthening movement. The movement was championed by scholar generals like these two people. One is Li Hongzhang, this one. Another is 左宗棠, and this one. These two scholar generals also had fought with the government forces in the Taiping rebellion, because after the first upheaval, it broke many rebellions and many uprisings, but the most is Taiping rebellion. At last, these scholar generals surprised the Taiping rebellion. 镇压是 surprised, right? 胡必林镇压是 surprise 吗？镇压，我记得是 surprise。Yes, surprise. I'll put it down. Yeah. It's difficult to translate, especially to history. So from 1861 to 1894, some leaders, such as Li Hongzhang, 左宗棠, we just mentioned, turned scholar administrators were responsible for establishing modern institutions, developing basic industries, communication, and modernizing the military. In another word, some scholar generals, they began to make some efforts to strengthen China.
我这边会有人啊。
这个李帅怎么又开始了？没事， 今天他们都啊，哈哈，嗯，but this leaders the self-stretching movement did not recognize the significance of the political institutions and social theories. Because both of them had postulated Western advances and innovation. So the earliest efforts made by the Golden General at last failed because they didn't touch the fundamental problems of China. The fundamental problems of China are political institutions and social theories. Social theories. At that time, Western countries they established some diplomatic at that time. However, the Qing government still insisted on the feudalism. It didn't match the development of society. So, in one word, this weakness led to the self-defense movement's failure. Failure. Because the bureaucracy was deeply influenced by New Confucian orthodoxy. New Confucian orthodoxy at that time, it is how to say 落后的思想，落后。Yeah, backward. It is kind of a backward thought. And Chinese society was still reeling from the ravagings of Taiping and other rebellions. And foreign encroachments continued to threaten the integrity of China. After the first World War, also began to defend China. The first step in the foreign to cover the empire, to cover the Qing dynasty was taken by Russia. Which had been expanding into Central Asia. And still, I think still to today, Russia still has a big influence on Asia. So from here, the Russia also extended into Central Asia. So the next step is to expanded into China. By the 1850s, Tsarist troops invaded Heilongjiang. Do you know Heilongjiang? In the northeast, northeast part of China, from which their countrymen had been injected under the Treaty of Nerchinsk. Do you know Nerchinsk? Treaty of Nerchinsk 啊，就是尼布楚条约。哦，Nerchinsk 尼布楚条约啊。It is also an equal treaty signed between Russia and China. It's mainly to serve the northeast part of China. Foreign encroachments increased after 1860 by means of a series of treaties imposed on China. And according to this unequal treaties, the foreign countries got a lot special benefits. For example, the foreign strangle hold on the vital sectors of the Chinese economy was reinforced through a lengthening list of concessions. The second, the foreign settlements in the treaty ports became extraterritorial sovereign pockets of territories over which China had no jurisdiction. The second, the safety of this settlement was crucial. Managing bullshit, gun both, and gun both. So this the major benefits got by foreign countries according to this unequal treaty. And from this picture, the China was cut by many countries. And this big bear representing which country? Russia. Yes, the big bear represents Russia. And from here, this line representing which country? Line. The British. The British. And here, the frog. France. Yes, France. And this one, eagle. Yes, America. America. So this different countries wanted to have countries and also different parts of China. We just talked about the first Opium War, and there is another Opium War. We call it the second Opium War, from 1856 to 1860. It was another aggression war against China, launched by Britain and France, with the support of America and Russia. and Russia. In 1860, the invaded Beijing, and the Qing led to Chengde, a place located in Europe, also close to Beijing. So at last, the French allied forces broke into the older summer palace. Here, older summer palace. The old summer, do you know the old summer palace? Yes, very old summer palace is like the forbidden city. But like the forbidden city is very big, very palace for emperors living, for emperors for princess living, living. And they looted the Jews. At last, they burned the old summer palace for maybe 40 years. They burned this great palace for 10 remember exactly. Yes, so many Jews was stolen, were stolen. So in the Great Museum, in English, no fancy, no fancy, and in the Great Museum, many Jews and many treasures from China because the Anglo-French launched this aggressive war. Aggressive war. Yes, yes. Because at that time they were very powerful. They completed industrial. Yes, revolution, civilization. This picture showing the burned older some palace. If you go to Beijing, you can just say the destroyed by the forces during the Second Opium War. After the war, the Tsarist Russia claimed to be meritorious in mediation and coerced the Qing government, forced the Qing government to spend more than 1 million especially in northeastern part. The cost, China, the territory of China, I think, yes, it's much big, much bigger than today. That many foreign countries especially large which got a lot of surge from China. Okay. And the war ended when the Qing government was forced to sign another treaty of Beijing. Beijing. During the first which treaty they signed? Yeah, the treaty of Beijing, the first Opium War. But the second opimo. Now they signed the Treaty of Beijing. Beijing. And in 1870, Russia also China Xinjiang. Yes. Sorry. 没有吗？这哦，没有。OK。During the 19th century, Japan also emerged from its century and long situation, and having gone through its own modernization movement. So it also became a very powerful country at that time. So at last, Japan also invaded China. Invaded China in the war of 1894 to 1895. 1895. At last, this war also with the signing of the Treaty of Shimonoseki. Yeah. I think it is Japanese. Yeah, Shimonoseki. And according to this treaty, it forced China to say Taiwan, and post island to Japan. So from here, Taiwan Island, that's China. But it is a part of China. It is part of China. And the Qing government also should pay huge indemnity to Japan. Permit establishment of Japanese industries before treaty force, like the Treaty of Nanjing. The Britain and the British got a lot of benefits from China, and also recognized Japanese hegemony over Korea. Hegemony of Korea. So this is about the first Sino-Japanese War. Why we call it the first Sino-Japanese? Because in the following days, in the following times, also launched, not created, lasting almost 3 years. Yeah. Okay. Almost 4 years. It is also the part of the second book. Yeah. Oh, yes. Because at the stage of the war, and it also became the part of the second, the second war. Sorry. So after this series of wars and the series of politics, the Qing Empire began to make an effort to strengthen China, like the self-strengthening movement. But the self-strengthening movement mainly launched by some scholar generals. And here, the ruler, he also wanted to change China, more powerful. So, this was just 103 days So that's why it is also the 100 days reform. The 100 days reform. The 100 days reform from June 11 to September 21st, 1898. The Qing Emperor, this one, his name is Guang Xu, ordered a series of reforms. And making social and institutional changes. Institutional changes. We just talked about the self-sufficient movement. Was stated as a last because they didn't touch the fundamental political institution and the social theory. Here, then wanted to make some changes for institutions and social problems. Social problems. Here about the contents of empirical effects made by the Qing. And this effect for reform broad range of subjects, including stamping out corruption and remaking the academic and civil service examination systems, legal system, governmental structure, defense establishment, and postal services, like Western countries, And the edicts also attach to modernize medicine to promote social practical studies instead of the new Confucian orthodoxy. Because the new Confucian orthodoxy at that time, it is a backward thought. It didn't match to the development of society. So they must to change the social theory, And the court also planned to send students abroad for first-hand observation and technical studies. So here, the main made by the Emperor. He really wanted to see China, to change China. However, all of these reforming measures, all of these reforming measures got the objects by some traditional officials, such as this one, political opportunist Yuan Shikai. Here, this one, Yuan Shikai. And yes, impressed. Also, they engineer a cup diet on September 21st, 1898, forcing the young reform-minded Guangxu into seclusion. into seclusion because this official this impressed dowager they didn't want to make change. They just want to yes, they just want to held their power power. After the seclusion of Guangxu, the impressed dowager took over the government as regent. So the reform ended with the treatment of the new state and the exclusion of the state of reform change advocates, including 康有为梁启超here 可能让我删了没有了including 康有为 and 梁启超 they fled to Japan to Japan because of the failure of the reform. So the failure reform the ruler is convinced many Chinese that the only real solution may outright revolution. Outright revolution. In sweeping away the old order. This old order refers to the Qing government. The Qing government, the transformation in and the political opportunities they didn't want to make any change. So some to sweep away and erecting a new after the example of Japan. So here a very famous reformer, a very famous leader. His name is Sun Yat-sen. Sun Zhongshan. In Chinese, we call him Sun Zhongshan. But in English, they used to call him Sun Yat-sen. Sun Yat-sen. But his real name is Sun Wen. Yeah, his real name is Sun Yat-sen and Sun Zhongshan are his reforming names. Because in the revolution, sometimes you need to change the name to your state. Okay, for your city. For your city. Yes. Yes, he is a Republican and anti-Qing activist and became increasingly popular among the overseas Chinese and Chinese students abroad, especially in Japan. About his next week. Okay. Thank you for this class over.